Hello, this is commentary on a Noodlemash video, and from very, very early on when she arrived here. This complies with TOS of YouTube. It is transformative. It is fair use. It is allowed. And let's see if I receive another false strike. There have been many who have been struck falsely by Noodlemash, and in the attempt to obfuscate information. Here we go.
All right, everybody, as I'm sure, shaking my table again, as I'm sure you all saw.
Again, calling a group. This is very early on, trying to gather a group.
Mrs. Portland attacked me for trying to help her.
Mrs. Portland attacked me for trying to help her. Is Noodlemash a person who has any intention of helping Mrs. Portland? Has that ever been the case? She wants us to believe at this point that she is. She also wants to believe that she is her handler, that she knows her. So, and attacked is extremely hyperbolic. I didn't see any attack at any time.
I had this huge video
Huge video with an eye roll. What was in this huge video? Ready?
I was just getting ready to upload, explaining, things to her.
Explaining things to Mrs. Portland, because that's the job of Mrs. Portland's new handler, who is Noodlemash. Self-appointed. And of course, that's exactly what Mrs. Portland wants to hear, is somebody controlling her and telling her what to do. Noodlemash knows this, and yes. So you see the effect that huge video would have.
And she went ballistic in comments.
Has Shannon ever gone ballistic in doing things to people here, including Mrs. Portland? Bit overblown, a bit much, a bit over her taking liberties that she should not take.
She thinks that I still live in the same place I used to live. We have since moved, but...
First time, boom. We don't live there anymore. Watch the body language. Watch the eyes.
She threatened to call the apartment manager of that complex. It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. Is it ridiculous that you came here to to this community to act as though you are going to give out personal, private information about Mrs. Portland, which you already have, at this point, early on? You've already made that clear, very clear, and that you are going to handle Mrs. Portland. You're going to control her. Okay, you are over her, above her, and you're going to tell her what she can and cannot do. And you put yourself in that position, and Mrs. Portland didn't want that. Obviously. Nobody has from you.
So I had to make her block her, I'm not sure.
Well, that's amazing, because Shannon never blocks anybody, except she does. She doesn't allow for even questions without a full takedown and then a block. publicly.
Sure how to ban her from being able to see anything I post, but I did.
She's not sure how to ban her from seeing anything she posts. Shannon, again, you can see that there's some desire to inflict a restriction or some sort of governance on Mrs. Portland. She did get her banned from Facebook years before. Okay, before she came here.
Block her so I don't have to see any more of her comments, you know.
And all she does is have her flying monkeys. That's a internet term of people who do her work behind the scenes or not for her, a group. And that's all they do is check for anything that Mrs. Portland has put up anywhere, things other people can't even find, including me often. And of course, Shannon, too, has amassed an enormous amount of files on Mrs. Portland. And this dates back to 2013. At the latest. It could be earlier.
I tried to help. I knew it was...
I tried to help. Body language. No, she's not trying to help. That is insincere. I could say it's complete deception. That is not why she's here. She's not here to help Mrs. Portland. She did not come as her friend. Okay, let me back up a little because I keep cutting off a little bit of the next sentence.
To help. I knew it was going to end up like this. I'm just...
She knew...
flabbergasted at the whole, I'm going to call your apartment man.
She knew it was going to end up like this. Yes, of course she did. This is how she began to provoke, rile, prod, pick at Mrs. Portland. And you can see this is so early on, and her entire video is about Mrs. Portland. And she also made a huge video, she said, about Mrs. Portland. Excuse me. Where she was going to tell her what to do. And here she's making a mockery of Mrs. Portland. And you'll see she's calling to arms other like-minded people. I'll back up a little.
Flabbergasted at the whole, I'm going to call your apartment manager. Who does that?
Oh, who does that? Noodlemash calls police in foreign countries. She calls employers in foreign countries. She threatens. So she doxes. The list is huge. I could give much more detail on this about what Noodlemash has done. So who does this? Noodlemash does this. Mrs. Portland hasn't. Compare. I'll put that up again.
Manager. Who does that? And to what end?
Look at the acting. She's gathering her flying monkeys in this, okay? She's calling for a group because she's building a subscription base at this point. And the more subscribers she gets, the more donations she gets. So by teasing out little bits at a time, saying, I have information on Mrs. Portland, I have information on Mrs. Portland, over and over again, and then giving a little crumb of information every now and then keeps people hanging on for more. And they did.
Is an apartment manager supposed to come up and say, you be nice to Mrs. Portland on YouTube?
You just came up on screen to say, you don't be nice to Mrs. Portland on YouTube. You're telling that to your audience and to Natasha Cooper's audience, who you're trying to pull subscribers from. You are saying to them, Don't be nice to Mrs. Portland. Tell me how to ban her. Look what she did. She attacked me. That's what you're doing.
Or else what? I don't, yeah, I don't know.
See how innocent? Gee, I just don't understand why? Why would she do this? Why would Mrs. Portland react badly to me coming here pretending I was her friend and then quickly, immediately, basically, turning on her? So I showed I tricked her, and now I'm telling people I'm going to give out her personal information from her real life and remove her privacy and her liberty. And Mrs. Portland is upset about that. Who does that? Noodlemash does that.
Hopefully Walter can help her out, or hopefully somebody somewhere will get through to her. You know, we all tried.
We all tried. So she's basically speaking to Natasha Cooper's following, and she's grouping herself in. This is all for growing her channel. We all tried, but Noodlemash has always said, I know her, and you don't, I do, and stick with me, and I'll control her, I'll tell you about her, and I will put restrictions on her. And she did.
And like I said, I'm not surprised at this. The only thing that's surprising to me is the threat of the apartment manager of my old apartments. That's just...
My old apartments. Don't forget, she still lives there. Is this the second time she lied about it? Look at her expression. And so she's not surprised because she knows Mrs. Portland. So she's not surprised. Okay? Yeah, how could somebody do that? She's trying to make it out to be much worse than it is.
Hilarious to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Watch the body language.
I shouldn't laugh, I guess, but
Yeah, you're laughing at Mrs. Portland. You're putting her down very early on. Here you are, laughing at Mrs. Portland. Very telling.
It took me a long time. I was looking at that comment, and I'm like, wait, what?
So it took you a long time to look at one comment, and yeah. Really? How long did you look at that comment and say, wow, enough time to fire up a video and tell everybody about it? To incite hate upon Mrs. Portland and gather more subscribers? I would say that's about right.
And then I saw, like I said, I'm new to this part of YouTube, so...
Yeah, you are new. And yet, out of all the millions of channels on YouTube, you wound up here. Isn't that amazing? And you wound up here because Mrs. Portland is here. And you came to do what you're doing right now. This is abuse, right now, even though you're pretending to be this nice old lady. And no, you don't know how drama goes. You have no business here. You told us that if you were to deal with crama, which is true crime drama, that you would unalive yourself. You told us that. And here you are, because Mrs. Portland is here, and you are here to handle her and make money off of her name and presence.
I realized that she had made some really crappy comments to people under my videos, and I didn't know.
Crappy comments is what people do in crama, and that's pretty much all people do. But Noodlemash wants to point out that Mrs. Portland made crappy comments. Okay? And Noodlemash has made, I can say this, categorically the worst comments about anybody, about so many people, so abusive. She's performing here. Oh, it's quite an act.
I realized that she had made some really crappy comments to people under my videos, and I didn't know that because I didn't know that you have to hit comments hidden from view or whatever. So I tried.
Well, wait a minute now. You lied to the court the first time and said that you were here first to YouTube. It was a deflective lie. But Mrs. Portland was here in this community and in drama communities in general, way before you. You were sitting off doing, you repurposed this channel. You wouldn't even tell us what the channel was about. But in almost 10 years, you had almost no subscribers. So whatever you were doing, it wasn't your job or your occupation, as you stated in court in front of the judge for the first hearing. That is the final hearing before. So you seem rather ignorant. You don't know what's going on. Well, maybe you should have spent more time than 2 months in bed studying what Mrs. Portland was doing here and what Natasha Cooper was doing here and learned your place here. You barged in and said, I know Mrs. Portland and I'm going to tell people about her. How do you think that went? And you're still, to this day, trying to lie and say you were friends when you came here. In fact, you have 2 new lies about it over the last 2 weeks. And I've been asking people, who has noticed it? It's important to notice these things.
Comments hidden from view or whatever. So I tried to get rid of those, and I reported because she really laid into some.
She reported. So how long is she here at this point? A week? 2? She reported her already. So she wants to ban her. She banned her from Facebook. She reported her already. See how this goes? And the blank look, of I'm so innocent. Really what she is devious, diabolical.
You horribly bad, and that's not going to happen here. So I reported rid of those, and I reported because she really laid into some of you horribly bad, and that's not going to happen here.
Noodlemash has done far worse to people here, and many more people, than Mrs. Portland ever has. How many people would agree with that? She also made money doing it. She made thousands of dollars off of me alone. The same with Mrs. Portland. I would think that she owes the money she made by abusing people and invading their lives. She owes the people who she did that to that money.
So I reported them as best as I could.
Oh, she reported them as best as she could. Yeah, she's pretty good at doing that, though, we know. She crosses platforms. In my case, she went to Twitter, YouTube Legal, TikTok, where I don't have an account, Facebook, and she said another website, something to do with, I don't know, mental health or something, as well as her team of medical doctors and her team of mental health doctors. But then she also said recently, when speaking about mental health care, that would be, care, her care, that she had a year where she could talk to the hospice people. And she presented it, hospice people, for when her mother passed. And she presented it as though that was her therapy source, which is rather curious. Does anybody remember that? Okay. So where is this team?
For harassment or whatnot. I really don't want to do that.
Oh, I'm going to back up, play this all bit again, okay? I just want to.
Comments hidden from view or whatever, so I tried to get rid of those, and I reported because she really laid into some of you horribly bad, and that's not going to happen here. So I reported them as best as I could for harassment or whatnot.
For harassment or whatnot. Noodlemash has a path or a timeline here on YouTube. First, people bully her. Then they harass her. Is there coin words she has clung to? Suicide troll, when that one came about, not so long ago, a little more than a year perhaps, that was her holy grail. When she discovered that term, it became, well, so many people became suicide trolls. So I'm trying to think of other terms, but harass, yeah, that's a big deal. So she reported her for harassment. This is early on. And of course, Mrs. Portland is listening to this, and she's not happy about this. And this is provocation.
I really don't want to do that, but I'm...
Really? She does really, really want to do that. And she has really, really done that to dozens of people. Far worse than anything Mrs. Portland has ever done to anybody here. Far worse.
I'm also not going to let her come onto my channel and call people things like dumb hoe bags and other, that was the nicest thing she actually said. I can't...
Noodlemash has called me things exponentially worse than that. Just saying.
Repeat the other stuff she said. So, I apologize.
And she's not going to let her, okay? She is her handler. She is above her. This is Mrs. Portland, her disability. She really wants to be equal with people, okay? That's important for her. She doesn't want to be under somebody's thumb or control or jurisdiction, so to speak. Of course, now Noodlemash has made that so that she is under restrictions, which is what Noodlemash wanted. Look, this is within a week. She's reported her for harassment. It's ridiculous. In a drama community, drama. Okay? So, back up a tiny bit.
So, I apologize to whoever she attacked. I didn't, like I said, I'm new, so...
Has Noodlemash apologized for excoriating Mrs. Portland here, for giving away so much personal details, disgusting details about her life that she had no right to do because she is not her keeper. Okay? And Mrs. Portland came on, even with her cognitive disability. It's so wise of her to have said so many times, you are not, and addressing Shannon here, Noodlemash, she has said, you're not my mother, you're not my keeper, okay? And, that's very profound, I think. Very wise, very smart, and if you notice, that's not attacking.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that hidden comment thing, and if there's anything else out there that I haven't seen, just,
Mrs. Portland is aware of that. I thought you were here before her. What have you been doing on YouTube? Why won't you say what this channel was originally? Why do you hide that for over 4 years, what your channel was? And why did you present it as you were here before Mrs. Portland in court? Why did you and your lawyer pull off that deception? Why did you even try to do it? That's very shady.
Let me, meaning on my channel that I'm not aware of, just let me know. But I did block her from being able to
Block, reported, blocked, wants to ban, a week in, but they were friends. So I'll back up a little because I am jumping.
meaning on my channel that I'm not aware of, just let me know. But I did block her from being able, from me being able to see her comments and stuff.
Notice too, Noodlemash is, she apologized to people that Mrs. Portland may have insulted. These are dedicated hate channels, many of them, who have hunted, literally, Mrs. Portland and invaded her real life as well as making video after video after video. But Noodlemash is assuming a top role as Mrs. Portland's handler, and she is stating that she apologizes to them. So she is saying that I'm here to protect all of you, or have you subscribed to me, as it were.
But it's my understanding that doesn't ban her. I'd like to ban her from seeing my content.
I'm sure you would. Yes, you would. At one point, you wanted to sue YouTube, I remember. YouTube and your police department and her police department and either the senator or governor. You have stated all those things in live shows. This is the video here. This is not a live show. This is early on.
To be honest, because I'm too old for this. And
Mrs. Portland is older. And notice the victim. Yeah.
I just want to show my art and have good conversations and
have good conversations about Mrs. Portland. She doesn't have art, she makes crafts. And she made crafts only as long as she could sell them. I'm sorry, there's a dog barking. He's at the door and it's far away, so I hope it doesn't interfere. Yeah. She's here to sell her crafts and, well, the market dried up. So, and she wants to have good conversations. No, she doesn't. She runs an echo chamber. Her voice only. Nobody on panel. I think twice she had people that she spoke to, and in 4 years. And it's her narrative, her reality, and yeah. And again, she's playing very innocent, and she's innocent. Mrs. Portland is not. She's her keeper. She knows her, and she's going to tell you about her.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm really sorry y'all had to see that, and I'm not surprised. I knew it was probably not going to end well, but
Really? You're admitting that, and yet you kept going, didn't you? This is before you put out disgusting things that is the business of Mrs. Portland, not of you, not of an entire community here for you to make money off of. I'm going to play that again because it's so amazing. I'm going to wait 1 moment, please. I'm going to close the door. Hopefully now you cannot hear the dog.
I didn't think it was going to end with her threatening to call an apartment. I knew it was probably not going to end well, but I didn't think it was going to end with her. I knew it was probably not going to end. I knew it was probably not going to end. I knew it was probably not going to end well, but I didn't think it was going to end with her threatening to call an apartment. I should call my old apartments and ask if she actually did it. Yeah.
Yeah, she lives in that apartment complex. And by the way, she maintained that for quite a long time, that she didn't live in this apartment complex where Mrs. Portland had lived. And I believed her completely. I hadn't learned to read her so well yet. And I tend to believe people. Naivety. But threatened to call the apartment manager. And why would Noodlemash even care about that if she didn't live there? But I do want to say that it is, and she made a driving video, we know about that, showing the apartment complex, a fair amount of it, in fact. The buildings, what it looks like. This is a very small town. And I maintain that she let on or admitted that she lived there. She had a reason why, but it was a very flimsy reason. I believe she let on that she lived there so that, because she was already looking into a defamation lawsuit against Mrs. Portland, Mrs. Portland needed to dox her. Well, you know what? I do live there, and now Mrs. Portland has doxed me. Boom. That's why she let on that she lives there.
All right. So anyway, if any of you know how I can actually ban her.
She's really determined, isn't she? About, 1 or 2 weeks after she got here. Something like that. Very soon. Okay? And calling to arms, gathering an army.
If there's a way, will somebody please let me know? And again, I'm sorry you guys had to see some of that. It was just awful.
Mama's going to protect them.
What she said to some of you. And I'm still going to hope that she's, I'm going to hope that she is okay. I hope she gets whatever help it is that she's missing.
What help are you missing? You have told us that you refuse treatment. And, yeah. And notice how condescending this is. This is disgusting.
You know what? It's a shame because Kelly, when she's not on this emotional roller coaster, is really pretty cool.
Now, Noodlemash is one of the least equipped people I have ever met to understand any diagnosis when it comes to disabilities, mental disabilities, fragility, vulnerability. She has nothing that allows her to understand. There is nothing in her. No education, no expertise, no understanding, and very, very little reality. And she's being very condescending to Mrs. Portland here. So Mrs. Portland is hearing now that she needs help. It's demeaning. She's abusing her. She is abusing her right here. And again, taking the role of I am above Mrs. Portland. I am talking down to her.
But she seems to have gotten way worse in the past few years.
Oh, really? People don't change that much. And Mrs. Portland, with her profound cognitive disability, somehow in the last few years has gotten worse. And Shannon Siefer is the one who would know this with her vast educational and experiential knowledge. This is ridiculous, I think. And even saying that is a form of abuse, and she's calling people to her, It was the provocation was very constant and very sly, very cunning, conniving.
Said I haven't been around, so Anyway,
You were there for 2 months, though, weren't you? Yeah, you were. And the body language right then. I haven't been around. She watched her for 2 months. Even got her husband to watch things. She really looked into it. This is an act.
so I'm sorry about that, you guys. And I'll try and make another video either later tonight. Maybe I'll even go live. I really just want to talk to people and make friends and stuff.
Yeah, you do, because, you know, when you have friends, you have people who get screenshots for you and do a lot of dirty work for you, you know, create clone accounts and dox people for you so that your hands are clean. And you have people who will give you money. So that's the kind of friends you have.
I just, anyway. All right, well, have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, you did.